Welcome to show. I am Clint, and I am here with
Devo
and Lucho,
and we are the Social Deviants. Episode number 2. We are here, ready to go.
Hopefully, you guys listened to our first one. I don't, hey man, whatever. It was cool. I thought it was cool.
Yes,
That was a lot of fun.
A little bit of upgrade on the audio, hopefully, for everybody.
It
Maybe.
doesn't sound like we're in a damn cave by the ocean.
like a bat cave. And speaking of that, we are I think it's out now. It's out now. Batman versus Superman.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
In
And
fact,
it's-
I went to go watch it today.
We're not going to do any spoilers here, so don't worry about it. We're just
Only one of us has seen it at this point.
So
Batman dies.
I thought he died in Batman and Dark Knight Rises.
I don't know.
we all know that Bane kills Batman.
He broke his back.
Not after he takes an ass.
That's right. That's right.
So in honor of the topic for today is going to be, we're going to do a couple matchups here. Now, it's not going to be DC versus DC. It's going to actually be Marvel versus DC in every single matchup we have here. And we're just going to discuss them. And so we're going to start off with what Gooch called
symmetrical violence in the first
Symmetrical violence.
3. Is it 3?
Yeah, I think it's the first couple.
the first
here,
three. You
yeah.
guys will understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the first one we have that we're gonna take a look at is the Flash versus Quicksilver, and this is gonna be kind of like I like to call a battle royale with cheese, but it's gonna be like just a basic. We're just gonna discuss who we think would win in these hypothetical matchups.
Which is funny in this one because I think Flash got his powers through science, right?
Yes.
Yes, he blinded me with science. That's what Flash is right there. And Quicksilver, we all know. Well, I don't know if you all know, but I know.
Well,
and
you're gonna know
and
now.
I know, and you know that he is Magneto's son.
Right.
So he is a mutant
Yeah.
in the Marvel universe.
Flash has what's called a Speed Force conduit.
There
Yes.
you go.
Yeah. Now, all my knowledge of the Flash comes basically from the TV show.
Right.
So they talk about the Speed Force and they refer to the Speed Force a lot.
Yes.
And there's a couple other speedsters that are able to tap into the Speed Force, but I don't really understand it as a concept. So I don't really know like how this compares to, say, the mutations that Quicksilver
has, right.
And I was also thinking, what is the difference, if any, or benefits, negatives of a mutation versus a scientific alteration?
Right. And I think Flash wins this one, by the way, because I don't think there's anywhere in the Marvel universe where at any point where Quicksilver ran so fast that he actually stopped time and went back in time.
Right.
And is there?
Oh, that he went back in
He went-
time.
no, he stopped
Because I
time.
think in the movie we see that it's obvious that this character can run so fast that
in the movie
stops.
that was just a representation of what he sees. He didn't stop time.
Time
He
didn't
just
stop.
He's just going so fast. That's how.
Well, I said
sees,
ostensibly it stops.
Well,
it stops for him.
No, well, Quicksilver literally. You know how in the movie where Superman travels so fast that he actually.
He rewinds time.
Yeah, he reverses the revolutions of the Earth and actually he reverses time.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? The Flash went so fast, moved so quickly that he pretty much broke 88 miles per hour, had a flux capacitor stuck up his crotch, and went back in time.
Wait, stuck up his crotch?
Well, where else would you put it?
Up his ass, at least. At least it's more comfortable. You go up your crotch.
Hey, I got a flux capacitor, but my fucking
So I hit this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass for 2 years, you know?
Exactly.
And now I give it to you.
So I think they probably do the same thing when there's people with guns.
Right.
No doubt, because they move fast. Right. I gave this one to. I don't like the Flash, by the way. I prefer Quicksilver because I don't really like DC too much. But I gave this one to the Flash.
I give it to the Flash, too. Now, I love the Flash.
Well, there you go.
Apparently, when I was a little kid and I used to get in trouble, I used to tell my mom that Flash did it, and Flash was my evil twin. Yeah. But with Quicksilver, my understanding of and my interpretation of his powers from the few times I've seen him in a comic and all the comic cards, but even in the movies, both Avengers 2 and also the X-Men Days of Future Past, he's really just a speedster and he just goes super fast. Yeah. Now in DC with the Flash, not only can he go travel through time, he's run so fast where he's boosts himself back in time. Yeah. But he can also vibrate so fast that he can go through walls. Yeah. He can also there was another thing that he do. Oh, he can run super fast and build up the speed force and actually throw a projection like almost like a Hadouken fireball.
No, yeah, I've seen that too. It's in the comic books as well.
Looking on the, so I'm gonna be referencing the Marvel and DC wiki pages for a lot of this information. Because we're trying to get like what these guys can actually do. And from what I'm seeing here, the Flash, in his Speed Force conduit, he has a couple of different powers, including accelerated healing, decelerated aging, energy construct creation, which actually looks like he can create solid objects like walls or bridges.
Right, because he moves so fast.
Because he moves so fast
Right.
that
Okay.
actually that trail of his movement actually creates like a solid object. From what I'm seeing from Quicksilver, looking at him, he has superhuman speed, enhanced durability, superhuman reflexes, accelerated metabolism, and so forth and so on. But he can't actually create something from his speed. He can't create a tangible object. So because of that,
because he's a little bitch.
the Flash obviously has a really big advantage.
Yeah, no. So I think for being a Quickster type character, I think Flash has the Quicksilver beat by
yeah,
far.
yeah.
Yep.
Boom.
And it even says that the Flash has something called an infinite mass punch. So he can,
shit.
yeah, he can use his speed to actually like punch somebody from like one continent to another. Like he can go,
Damn.
like that strong because he can move so fast.
You know,
Kind of like the idea of Ant-Man where he can get so small
Well,
he becomes so powerful because his molecules are so
Yeah.
compact. It's the same type of thing here where he moves so fast that the force of his movement actually can become powerful.
Imagine the speed of light actually hitting you. That's
Destroy you.
It would destroy you, even if it's just a little touch. I think that's what they mean by it.
Yeah.
So I think the Flash. I think it's a unanimous.
So I think it's unanimous.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
Flash.
The Flash.
I like I said, I don't particularly like DC, but I think Flash won this one.
Okay,
I think
so
Flash comes out on top.
Yeah.
what'd you say? You told your mom Flash did it?
Yeah, Flash did
No,
it.
He definitely did this.
He's done
one.
it.
The next matchup that we have for what was your term again, Gooch? I forgot already.
Symmetrical violence.
Symmetrical violence. We have Green Arrow versus Clinton Barton.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye, baby.
The Hawkeye.
So I know who Clint's going to choose.
Yeah, because obviously,
namesake.
yeah, his
Exactly.
namesake, yeah.
Exactly. Plus, he's a family man. You know, he's got something to fight for. You know, he's not like just a playboy, just running around doing crazy stuff. But
But wasn't his woman? What's her not the canary? What was her name? It was another like bird type character. Was
From Marvel?
From Marvel, yeah.
I can't
it
even
was,
think of any female bird
it was
characters.
well. It was just it was
Sauron?
no. I might be wrong. I
A
don't know.
giant pterodactyl?
Yeah.
Hawkeye is a master archer, an expert marksman, an expert acrobat, an expert martial artist, a skilled tactician, and has a weapons proficiency. And he is actually
This is Arrow?
on his power grid the most power. This is the Green Lantern. I mean, excuse me, a Green
Green Arrow.
Hawkeye.
Green Hawkeye?
Hawkeye. Green Arrow. All these damn.
They're all the same.
Hawkeye. His fighting skills are listed at a 6.
Yeah.
So he's not very strong. His intelligence isn't all that high, but he has a lot
Extremely
of skills.
skilled. Yeah,
He's a
he's
very
extremely
skilled
skilled, yes.
individual. Meanwhile, Green Arrow, among other things, his chili is considered one of the hottest foods on the planet.
Wow. Boom.
His
done.
cooking, his cooking. I mean,
Gonzo.
you want to get in the kitchen.
Hey.
You know, you wanna get in Hell's
Green Arrow.
Kitchen.
Yeah, don't mess
Hey,
with Green Arrow.
you better watch out because he might throw that hot chili in your
You
face.
know what?
Done.
That's
What if he has a chili arrow?
You know what? Whenever I watched Super Friends from back in the 70s and the 80s, that fool was in the kitchen.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, because I never saw him on that motherfucker. When's the last time you went to watch the Super Friends and you saw Green Arrow? Never. It was always Wonder Woman, Batman. Even Robin was on the motherfucker.
Was Arrow even a member of the Justice League?
Well, he was part. He was the chef.
Okay, this is interesting here.
He's a janitor.
He's the no. That was El Gigante.
It says here that that Hawkeye is a master archer. However, Green Arrow, is described as perhaps the finest archer ever known.
Oh wow! All right.
Claims to be able to shoot 29 arrows per minute.
So he's like Legolas.
Yes, except except he's maybe not as good looking.
Yeah.
And he's
Hey man, he's got that
he's
blonde little goat.
he's also an acrobat. He is a martial artist. He's a
Yeah.
swordsman. He actually uses a sword. Hawkeye never
Right.
uses a sword.
No.
And he politics and aviation and all this other stuff
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I don't know. It kind of seems like Green Arrow would probably win this one too.
One thing, I was never a big fan of Hawkeye. I know there's a new comic series where he's got his own run. Apparently, it's pretty good. But one thing I really enjoyed about him in the first Avengers movie is when he's going through his quiver, like he had like this little control on his hand where he can choose a specific type of arrow.
Yeah.
And then he would just pull that from his quiver, and then like if it was like an explosive arrow, then he would like click click click, pull it out, and then blow him up. Now I know that Green Arrow in the comics has had like a boxing glove arrow,
Yeah.
a suction cup arrow, things like that. So I don't know if Hawkeye has those kind of specialty arrows, but apparently Green Arrow does or did. So I think the advantage goes to Green Arrow,
Because of the boxing glove.
the boxing glove arrow.
Well, it's a good old boxing glove trick. Right?
I'm gonna have to go with Hawkeye.
you have a whoopee cushion too, or what?
This is probably.
I'm gonna have to go with Hawkeye just because.
He's Marvel.
No, not because he's Marvel. Because I like that whole thing where he had this, the whole explosive arrow. It just reminds me of Rambo too much.
See, you chill with Hawkeye, what do you get? Not a whole lot. You chill with Green Arrow, you get a nice bowl of chili, maybe a nice, some drink, something cool. You get nothing with Clint.
I don't know. I'm gonna have to stick it with Hawkeye because there was one of the comic books where he was like old man Hawkeye and he kind of looks like old man
Logan.
Logan.
Yeah.
And he looks pretty badass, by the way.
They did Old Man Green Arrow in the Dark Knight
but
Returns.
but he looks like old man Robin.
Arrow.
He looks to look like Robin.
Yeah, but he had his arm ripped off, so
Yeah, well, true. Okay,
Superman
but
ripped that shit off.
I'm going with Hawkeye. We got
Green Arrow.
one Green Arrow. Right, where's the
I
type.
want
Don't make
to
the
go
wrong
with the guy
choice.
named Clint, but it says here that this fool once shot 2 arrows down 2 different gun barrels while upside down in
Wow.
mid-flip while somersaulting off of a building.
was he eating a sandwich and the bowl is chili?
Bowl of chili, probably.
Obviously.
Well,
What do you think the Green Arrow does?
While sprinkling cheese on top of it.
It looks like it's 2-1 for
I
Green
mean, he
Arrow.
uses swords. I think that's the difference. He used a sword.
He's a swordsman.
He's a swordsman.
All right,
I think
all
that's a
right,
big
all right.
difference.
So it's 2-1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Green
There you go.
Arrow.
All
All right,
right,
there you
Green
go.
Arrow.
So we got 2 DC wins so far.
Wow.
Okay, so now we have another case of symmetrical violence.
Violence, yes.
That's a good. You coined
But
that
it wasn't
one. That's
mine,
pretty
though.
good.
I got that
Where'd
off.
you get that from?
I got that off of Futurama from Dr. Farnsworth, so I don't want to take the credit.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Whatever.
good. You're a.
Well, as
you have
long as
values.
as long as you credit your source and it's from
man,
a
it's
fictional
true.
character in a
And the
cartoon.
people- and the nerds that the geeks and the nerds that understand what I'm saying, they'll know what episode that's from. So.
There you go.
The next one, Gooch actually says he thinks this is the weakest one of all.
I
of them.
think this is the weakest
and it's Aquaman versus Namor.
Yeah, I personally hate Aquaman, and I don't really hate Namor that much. But since he's so much like
Aquaman is. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying.
So for me, Namor, the Submariner, I'm only familiar with him from his most recent incarnations, and that's from the Civil War comic. Well, I know that's not the most recent, but that's my most recent experience with him.
Right.
And the dude's a dick. And like he turns his back on mutant kind just to save. I don't know what the name of his undersea. I want to say it's Atlantis, but I know that's what they give Aquaman.
He's a mutant and an Atlantean. So he's half mutant, half
so
Atlantean.
he and Aquaman are from the same joint.
That's what I'm saying. That's why.
That's kinda weird.
Aquaman is an Atlantean biological adaptation. So
exactly.
he's not a mutant. He's like a natural.
But what I'm saying is that they both chill in the same spot.
Yeah,
They're both from the
they're
same
both
place.
Atlanteans.
Yeah.
Yes. That's
they
why.
might even be brothers.
That's why
No.
out of all the
Cousins.
symmetrical stuff, I think this one's
Second.
possibly the weakest one because they're pretty much the same person.
Yeah.
Just one's Namor the Submariner, the other one's Aquaman, which I think Aquaman just loses because Aquaman, that's terrible.
Okay, so he's got.
That's a terrible
he's
name.
got enhanced vision, enhanced hearing, enhanced smell, superhuman strength, superhuman stamina, superhuman durability, energy heat resistance, superhuman speed, superhuman reflexes, marine telepathy.
Who's that? That's Aquaman?
This is
Aquaman, because
Okay.
he can talk to dolphins.
Yeah.
And at one point, he could wield magic.
Right, because of his trident.
Yes.
Yes. See?
Namor is superhuman
He used a
strength,
trident.
speed, stamina, agility, reflexes, durability, aquatic healing, radiation absorbent,
Wow. Okay.
extended longevity for
Right.
the ladies,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
underwater breathing and aquatic telepathy as well, augmented vision. He can fly.
What is
You gonna fly?
It says he has wings full.
who? Wait, Aquaman?
Namor, dog.
Namor.
Yeah, well, he's got wings on his feet.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Vestigial wings on both of his ankles.
Yeah.
And he can fly at
So
the
he
speed
could
of
whoop
escape
Aquaman's.
velocity.
He could whoop Aquaman's ass by sea and air.
And air and land. Land are pretty much the same.
Right.
And what? But the air,
Yeah.
boom. You know why? You know why? Because
By
Aquaman.
electricity?
Aquaman.
He can be an electric eel, Phil.
Oh, he's an electric eel. Boom. He doesn't even need the trident.
There you go.
He probably wins, Phil.
I think.
And he looks cooler. He's
You know
got
why?
a cooler
Because,
outfit.
the only
He's a
way,
big
yeah, he
one.
does have a cool outfit, and he has a better name. Namor is a way
Namor,
better
yeah.
name.
The
than
Submariner.
Aquaman. What's Aquaman's real name? Because I know he actually has
Arthur Curry.
No.
Yes.
Wow. And no, I no disrespect to Stephen Curry, but that ain't Stephen Curry.
It's correct.
Because I think Stephen Curry would be both his motherfuckers.
I don't know. I think Stephen Curry can fly.
No, he's not a high flyer.
No, he's not.
He's not a high flyer.
Now, if it came to 3-point contest,
Hey, he's arranged full.
I guarantee you he can shoot better than Green Arrow can. Tell you that. Or Hawkeye.
So what are we saying?
I don't know.
about-
Green Arrow didn't have that basketball arrow.
So what are we saying about Aquaman versus Namor the Submariner?
I think it's
The
unanimous.
Submariner. Phil.
Submariner.
Easy, Submariner.
Yeah, I agree. I think Submariner is cool.